Long ago, in a quiet village hidden far from the city lights, there lived a boy no one believed in. He had no shoes. He had no money. And almost everyone told him he would become nothing. But inside his heart lived one sentence that refused to die. I will not give up. The boy's name was George. George lived in a small mud house with his mother. At night, their home was always dark. No electricity. No light. Every morning, George walked 5 kilometers to school. The road burned his bare feet. Sharp stones cut his skin. Dust filled his lungs. But George never missed a day. He had a dream. He wanted to become an inventor. He wanted to build something that could change lives. Something simple. Something powerful. A light. George's mother sold vegetables in the market. She worked all day, yet at night she cooked in darkness. I will make a lamp for her, George promised himself. From trash piles, he collected broken wires, cracked batteries, and old radios. At night, he worked silently under the stars. His first lamp failed. The battery overheated and burned the table. The second lamp failed. It wouldn't store power. The third lamp broke the morning of the school science fair. The children laughed. "You should sell vegetables like your mother," one boy said. "You will never invent anything," another mocked. George felt pain. His eyes filled with tears. But his feet did not move backward. Instead, he moved forward. At night, he read old newspapers from the butcher shop. He learned about inventors who failed again and again. He wrote notes in a torn notebook. One day, George met Mr. Harris, an old village electrician. "You really want to learn?" the old man asked. "Yes," George replied. "I want to help my mother." "Then don't stop," Mr. Harris said. George kept working. His hands were always dirty. His stomach was often empty. But his heart burned with hope. Then one day, the school announced something big. A famous business owner was coming. He wanted to support a young inventor. The classroom buzzed with excitement. George said nothing. That night, he tried again. He rewired everything. He fixed the battery. He tested the lamp. 1 hour passed. 2 hours passed. 4 hours passed. The lights stayed on. At school, George stood shaking. "This is my solar lamp," he said quietly. He turned it on. The room filled with light. The judges stared. The businessman stepped closer. "Where did you get the parts?" he asked. "From garbage," George replied. The man smiled. "This," he said, "is exactly what we are looking for." George won. Newspapers wrote his story. He earned a scholarship. And his lamp lit homes across the village. Children studied at night. Mothers cooked in light. And George? He kept building. In life, you will fall. People will laugh. Dreams will break. But winners are not those who never fail. Winners are those who stand up every time they fall. If life is hard right now, if people doubt you, remember this. You don't need money to start. You don't need approval. You only need one decision. I will not give up. Keep going. Fix what is broken. Start again. Because one day, the world will look at you and say, "This is what we were looking for."